What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Queen B, and today I'm gonna tell you a story about me and how I made money to pay for my college fund or college school fees. Yeah, so the reason I've decided to do this video is I want to encourage young girls growing up as well as young boys to actually, be patient in life and, work hard for what you want in life, and don't just go around envying people on social media or anything like that, because you're just wasting your time. Because, I've seen a lot of young girls doing that and commenting on these posts that they see on Instagram saying all this and that, and I just want to encourage you to say not everything that you see on social media is gold, and some things come with a price. So I want to encourage young girls to actually work hard, and I'm gonna tell you my story and how I got to be where I am today and where I'm coming from, so that you guys can actually know that hard work does not success doesn't come easy or doesn't come at a silver platter. You have to really work hard in life. So going back in 2008, I completed my high school and I decided to relocate to Lusaka from the Copper Belt so as to, search for greener pastures. So when I completed my high school in 2009, my results came out, but we had no money for me to go to college. So one thing I told myself actually was, I'm gonna go to college. Whether I like it or not, or whether there's some obstacles, I'm gonna manage to go to college. And this is my story. So when I decided to move to Lusaka, I was in and out of jobs, trying to get a proper job that can help me save up and just go to school, meaning go to college. So I actually, in 2014, I managed to go to college and actually went to ZCAS, which is Zambia Center for Accounting Studies. And if you know ZCAS, it's a very, very expensive school, and mostly it's rich kids that go there. But I told myself, I will go to this school. I didn't know how I'm gonna manage to go there, how I'm gonna make money, but I just said I had that self-belief in me to say, I will go to college. And I decided to choose one of the most expensive schools in Lusaka, which is Zambia Center for Accounting Studies. And I paid for it with my own money, dipped into my own pockets without nobody's help. And here is how I did it. So, those guys that go Kulima Tower, that do the ego thing, buy clothes and resell at a markup price and stuff. I did that. I used to, when I worked for a company, I once worked for Progress Security Company in marketing. The people that I worked with would attest to that. And I actually was bringing in business, but I never was getting paid for the business. You know how it is when you're young, naive, people tend to take advantage of you. So I decided to stop that job and just, keep on looking whilst I decided to do a business. So I used to wake up around 04 and just go Kulima Tower, try and get the nicest clothes I could get, maybe for 15 kwacha, 20 kwacha, and go back home, iron those clothes and just, sell in the banks, jackets for those people that are in the banks. And I would actually sell, if I bought something for 15 kwacha, I would actually sell it for 35 kwacha, which the profit was 20 kwacha. You can imagine. So it was good, but it wasn't something that I could really rely on to save or to pay rent or to food. And so I used to also buy biltongs. If you know about biltongs, take to these, drinking places that people that go drinking would like biltongs. So the owners of such places, I used to go there and ask them if they would want to buy in bulk from me, then they will sell at a higher price than me. So I used to do that, and I used to work for some people here and there, and the money that was coming in wasn't great, and I was really struggling here and there to pay rent and everything. But God knows how to keep his people, so I used to manage there and there. But my main goal was for me to go to school. So at that time I couldn't manage saving up anything because of the money, the little money I was making was just like, you know, hand to mouth and stuff like that. So in 2012, whilst I was doing that, I met some girls actually, and these girls were kind of like, you know, rich kids. So me, if you know me, I'm a kind of person that's never really carried away with money, or if you come to me flashing things and whatever, I'll just like, you know, put a stop to that. So I'm not that type of a person that is really into materialistic things, if you know me. But I met these girls, and they're actually kind of like rich girls, rich kids. And to be honest with you, I didn't click with them, but there was one girl that I clicked with. And so like I was saying, like, you know, I met this girl, like so we clicked that night anyway, and I started asking her a few questions, and she told me she was studying at ZCAS, what she was studying. And we talked, and by then she was kind of like just came back from Holland and everything. So I was like, this is like a rich girl and stuff like that. But we clicked anyway, like, you know, two people from different backgrounds, and we clicked. And she's the only one that I clicked with, to be honest, that night. And then I was just so inspired and admired, and I thought, oh, these were rich kids at ZCAS, oh my god. And you know what, in my heart and mind, I was saying, I'm gonna go to this same school where these rich kids go. And by then I had no money on me when I was thinking that. So anyway, we clicked, we became friends, and we're still friends. And long story short, I found a job at Manda Hill, and that job I went for interviews. And when I went for the interviews, I was offered a job, and my starting salary at that time, I was told, was 1,300. But, and if you know, in 2012, 1,300 was quite a good amount of money. Like, you can pay rent and everything. So like I said, I was doing small business, and I thought, oh wow, this is good. At least this is something, you know, coming in every month, solid. And but then I thought, when someone told me to say, you found a job, oh fine, you found a job and everything like that, but don't you think like you've been doing these small jobs and getting this little money? And I was like, what do you mean this little money? It's 1,300. It's like, why don't you start up something for yourself? You know, there's a market, like a vacancy in the market sector, like for massage business or massage therapy, like therapeutical business. Why don't you start up something for yourself, learn a skill and start up something for yourself? And I'm like, massage therapy, oh my god, I can't do that. And you know, in Zambia, usually certain things like therapeutical services are not really, you know, common like European countries. So I was like, I don't even know how to do, you know, massages. How am I supposed to, you know, just start up something that I don't even know? It's like, oh, listen, you can only limit yourself if you don't want to learn. You always learn something and then you put it to practice and you're good to go. So I was like, oh my god, but I've just got this job lined up and I'm about to start, and now this. So you know what I decided to do? I decided not to take the job and start up something for myself. So I took a risk, in short. I didn't know how that business is gonna turn up, or how it's gonna, how I'm gonna make money out of it. But I just thought, well, if you don't take risks in life, sometimes, you know, you lose out, thinking that, oh, it's a 1,300. I don't know how this thing is gonna happen. And you end up working for such money for a long period of time and missed out on this opportunity. So sometimes it's good to take risks in life. So I took a risk. I learned a skill on how to do massages and therapeutical services and everything like that. And I went back to my manager that offered me a job and said, thank you, madam, for, you know, giving me the opportunity to to work here and everything. I appreciate a lot, but unfortunately I've decided to go and do something for myself, and I've decided to go and do some massage services because I've noticed in Zambia there is no such kind of services. And you know what, to my surprise, she was really understanding, and she was very happy for me. She was actually saying, oh, this is good news, Beverly, and if anything doesn't go your way, you can always come back and I'll always give you a job. And that's how we left on good terms, and she wished me the best, and that's how it all began. So October 2012, I had my first client, my only client, and the only money that I made was 300 kwacha. So I was charging 150 kwacha for 1 hour, and he came for massage 2 times, and he was the only client that I had, and I made 300 kwacha in October. Now you can imagine how disappointing I was feeling. I'm thinking I could have, walked away with 1,300 at the end of the month, and now I've just got 300 kwacha. And with the encouragement of my friends and everything, I decided to continue pushing. So in 2012 November, I continued advertising, and with the help of my first client, he actually gave, spread the word. It was like, oh, there's this girl does this, if you want this kind of, services and whatever, here's the girl you can call. So I decided to advertise in embassies, Norwegian, Finnish, Swedish embassy, German embassy, and now I decided to also advertise in hotels like Radisson Blue Hotel, Protea Hotel, Pamosi Hotel, as well as Intercontinental Hotel. So what I used to do with hotels, for example, was to, once I leave my card, I would after they give me business, those people that would call me, I would give them a 20 kwacha for appreciation and talk time, so that they could always call me whenever there's a client who wants massage therapy in their hotel. And that's what happened. So in 2012 November, I actually made 900 kwacha. What? 900 kwacha? Oh my God, I was so excited. I'm from 300 to 900 kwacha. And that's how the business started, growing and developing. In December 2012, I made 1,600. Now imagine, I looked back at the 1,300 that I didn't take, and then I made in December, within that period, I made 1,600. So that was 300 plus. I was so excited. I was oh my God, this can work. And I just encouraged myself, continued advertising and, spreading the word. And also, whenever you are in business, always, and whenever you're starting, always, lift your standards up. So I was so professional, and every time a client would come for the first time for massages to me, they would always come back because I was so professional in what I was doing. I knew what I was doing. I studied the human body and everything like that. So in beginning of 2013 January, people started knowing me, people were calling me, and it was just me. I made about 2,000 kwacha. 2,000 kwacha. Oh my God, I jumped. I was oh my God. So then I didn't forget that I wanted to go to school. So I decided to start saving. Now here's the thing. If you want something so bad, you have to let go of certain things. You have to starve yourself with certain things, because money can come and go anytime. Anybody can make money in this world, but it's how you utilize that money that counts. So if you got money and you're just misusing that money, it's gonna come and it's gonna go, and you start regretting to say, oh, I used to have money and stuff like that. So at that time, I really was looking forward to go to school. So I made it that whatever money I make, at least I should save 1,000 kwacha a month. Now at that time in 2013, 1,000 was a lot of money. You can imagine. I said I should save 1,000 kwacha. I used to pay my rent, food and everything. I used to take care of myself. So then February, my business grew. I started making like 3,000. I started making like 4,000. You know, I just started making money. Sometimes I would turn down clients, and you know, I took the risk, and it was suddenly paying off. And I was very, very professional. And you know how people are when they ask you things. There will always be people in life that would want to drag you down and bring you down. But I'm gonna tell you this. If you're focused and determined and really know what you want, don't listen to the negativity from people. I always tell people that, like, know what you want in life and don't listen to what the negativity from people, because people will always say negative things. So when people used to ask me, what do you do, what, when I quit every job that I was doing in the business, I said I do massage therapy, and others used to like conclude, you know how it is in Zambia when they hear of massage, wutu, it's like katuisho forged. But you know what? I knew what I wanted, and I knew it was working for me. I was on the right path. I was so professional. I faced some criticism here and there. I faced some, you know, obstacles, but I still forged ahead. I still pushed, and I used to make money so I could pay rent, buy food, and save. And I used to buy a little bit of clothes. But the thing is, I needed to save so much that I never used to be, you know, extravagant in buying things. So say for example, I would just have the shoe that I need, like 2 pairs of shoes or 3 pairs of shoes that I need for like flat shoes, because I used to walk long distances. And then if that shoe maybe kaona ikakasapato, you know, you go kulima tawa kusala ula wasala ula futi, you start, you know, you continue what you are doing. So I started saving money. I started making money. By the time it was 2013 August, I had money in my account, about 10,000 kwacha in my account, saved up. Not from men, not from my family, not from anybody else, for me. I worked for that 10,000 kwacha. Now 10,000 kwacha sounds like a little bit of money, but in 2013, you can imagine how 10,000 kwacha just lying in my bank account untouched felt to me. By the time it was like, you know, a year now doing massages, I even started thinking I should get land, or maybe I should get a car, or, you know, because the money was there in my account. Yeah, so I could have maybe, you know, bought a car, land or a car. But then I thought to myself, if I buy a car, I'll have expenses with the car. How am I going to maintain that car? If I buy land, I need to build. How am I going to build? Because I don't want to do this job. It's not my job. It's not what I want to do. What I want to do is to become an accountant. So I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. It's something that I used to sustain me to get to where I wanted to be at that time. So then I thought, I always wanted to go to school. Do you know how long it took me to go to school? From the time I completed my high school, it took 6 years for me to finally go to college. And I went to one of the most expensive schools in Zambia, and I took myself there, and I'm so proud that I took myself there. It's something I will always be proud of. I did it for me, for myself, by myself, with my hard work, my knowledge and everything, by me, done by me. You understand? Girls, there is no road, no shortcut to success. There is no shortcut to success. If you want something fast, there, it will come. Yes, it will come fast. Even when it goes, it's gonna go fast. The way it came fast is the way it's gonna go fast. And the money that you don't work for, it's easier to spend, it's easier to go. It can come and go because you've not sweated for that thing. But if you sweat for something, if you work hard for something, even when you're spending, you have knowledge on how to spend, because you always remember how hard it took you to earn that money. So by the end of 2013, I had about 16,000 in my account. Almost 17,000 in my account, lying whilst I'm still doing my massage business. And I was like, ooh, that's a lot of money. What am I going going to do with this money? And I was only 22 years of age at that time. In Zambia, I made that money at 22 years of age. So the beginning of 2014, January, I decided to look for a school for me to go to. Bear in mind, most of the people were saying, oh, this money that she's making, blah, 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 what. And it even became worse when I went to ZCAS, So I found, I started looking for school, and I actually went to ZCAS in 2014. I went to ZCAS, Zambia Center for Accounting Studies. I took myself there. So at that time, I wanted to do ACCA, but then I didn't have enough money. And bear in mind, you don't know how things are going to be. So I didn't know if my massage business is going to sustain my, my ACCA. So I decided to go for a course that I can afford, and I decided to do business administration or business management, if you want to call it, because it had some introduction to accounting in it. So I thought I'll go for a course that has got some accounting in it, so that gives me the background, so that in future when I study ACCA, I'll have a job, like a full-time job that's going to sustain me to go for ACCA. So I enrolled in business management at ZCAS, and the whole thing was about 7,000 kwacha then, including the exam fee and, tuition fee. So I decided to pay cash because I didn't want to have the pressure of, all school fees and whatnot. So I had money already saved up for like 2 or 3 semesters, and I was still working doing my massages. So I paid 7,000 kwacha cash. I paid for my, my exam. So all I needed to do was to work and study. And I did that. I made money to go to ZCAS. And so can you. So I started studying and continue doing my massages. And I was still having clients, and I was busy. Those that know me would tell you the truth. I would come out of class, rushing. They're like, where are you going? I'm like, I've got a client. I'll see you tomorrow. Rushing to go and, make some money. And at that time, I had already increased the prices for massage from 150. I started charging now 250 kwacha. So one client in a month, just from one client, I would make 1,000 kwacha. 1,000 kwacha in a month. So even if I didn't have so much business, one client can give me that much money. My rent, my room was like 750 kwacha, so I could still eat. And plus I had saved up some money. So that's how it all started. So I went to ZCAS and I studied, wrote exams, and I'm not just a pretty face, and I can boast about this. So when we wrote the exams, I had 3 distinction and a merit, because we had introduction to accounting, business communication, and introduction to business communication, quantitative methods, as well as what else did we have? Business, yeah. Passed, like with good results. Despite me working and doing that, I passed. Next semester I did the same, paid in full, and that's how I managed to go to ZCAS. Others were saying, how can she manage to go to ZCAS? Maybe she's just doing prostitution or whatever. And when I met my husband, people started thinking, oh, he's paying for her and whatever. But he paid for me towards the end, because I got pregnant in 2015 towards the end. So he told me to stop doing the massage. So he paid the rest of the way. So anyway, that's how I made money, and that's how I went to ZCAS, and you can do it too. Regardless of what people say about your life, I always say this has got the power. You've got the power to change your lifestyle. So always use that tongue to bless yourself. Speak positive about your life, and everything will just turn out to be positive. It takes time, yes, but everything, like I said, there's no shortcut to success. So whatever you say, whatever you put your mind to, that's how your life is gonna. If you just you're just gonna be ukuchula just like that. You're just gonna be suffering. So, and again, don't be afraid of taking risks in life. Some risks the more you take risks in life, the more, the more you learn, the more exposed you're gonna be, the more you find that, those risks will pay off. Some might pay off, but it doesn't matter if they don't pay off. Take another risk, one of those risks might pay off. I took a risk. I didn't go for that job. I took a risk of starting a new business that I didn't know how it's gonna turn, and it paid off. It paid off. It's enabled me. Right now I'm in the UK. The risk that I took, I have only a year for my top-up degree in business management, and I'm currently studying accounting. Thank you very much. So it's all about stages in life. As long as you are taking the necessary steps towards the mountain, you eventually reach its top. I always tell my young siblings, I always tell people that, like, Rome was not built in a day, and it takes time. So stop envying things that you're seeing on social media. Some people that maybe text me or inbox me saying, oh, you encourage me and whatever. Most people don't even know what I've gone through, to be where I am today. So my close friends are the ones that I know exactly what I've gone through. I deserve to be here, and wherever I'm going, I always say, right now I'm speaking, I can be the next finance minister of Zambia. Who knows, that might happen, but I'm speaking it to me. I'll end this qualification, I'll get my accountancy qualification, and who knows where this qualification might take me. But it's how you look at life, where you see yourself in 2 years. And if you're focused and determined, you will be there. God helps those who help themselves. You cannot just say, oh, this, without you actually putting in effort to say, oh, a miracle is going to happen. Things don't just happen. You have to make them happen. You know what I mean? So please understand that there is no shortcut to success. Work hard. When you work hard, God will eventually see the efforts you're putting in, and God will bless you. So this is the topic of today. I made money out of a small business, money that, by then a teacher wasn't even getting 5 pin, but I could make 5 pin. You know what I mean? That's how much money I was making. And I would go out with my girls to club, and I would go home and sleep on my bed, paid for, not a man, not anybody else. My hard work paid for my life that I had attained at that time. I'm still working hard right now. I'm working, I'm studying. I'm also doing a business. I just launched my new business where I do hair. So this wig was made by me. And if you want this wig, you can comment, or, let me know in the comment section. I do wigs now. I'm selling wigs. So, you just do things. Don't limit yourself. So this is what I wanted to say to you, young girls and young boys, and anybody else who's feeling they're not where they want to be. Just focus, and determination will take you where you want to be. And just work hard. Simple as that. Success doesn't come easy. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. It's your girl Queen B, and I'll see you on my next topic. Mwah. Love you guys. Bye.